You're looking to come to Prime, want to get your CDL, have my videos played a part in you wanting to get your CDL, put me down as a referral. Driver code Maturo, M-A-T-U-R-O. Also list Nikki Yost.
Hi guys, I'm a recruiter here at Prime. I've been working alongside Junior for several years. If you would like to come to Prime, we would love if you would list his code and me as your recruiter. We would love to get you in here.
If you have any questions, give her a call at 417-521-3598. Thank you guys. We're back from vacation, from Christmas, New Year's, all that, and we got hit with the first. What was the name of that storm? Heather? I forget what that blizzard that hit Missouri and all that stuff. So, but nevertheless, we got out of that, and we are in Fontana Yard right now. We're dropping the loaded trailer. Doesn't deliver to Friday. Anytime you come to Fontana, we're always going to do a local run. That's just the thing, meaning you have to pick up a load that's due locally, you know, within the day or whatever. So like our next load is due in tonight. So this one's not due till Friday. We're picking up another one that's due tonight. So we're gonna drop and hook and go through the process and, you know, do our thing. How was your home time?
Pretty good. It was actual resting. So I was at home. I didn't have to worry about work. You know how
I told you that.
Just, spending time with the family and just, being at home, just relaxing.
I think, I told Sergio this. I said, this is one of those things that I like about going home is when you go home, you don't have to worry about going to work or, just, if you got kids, take your kids to school and come back home to the wife and run errands or just chill at home with the wife and don't worry about clocking out. I don't know, it feels good. Like even when you work locally, like 8 to 4, 9 to 5, and you stayed home that one time, it's like, it feels good that everybody's at work and you're home. And in our case, or my case, your case, we go home and if we go home for a week, then that's a whole week that we're at home and not worried about coming home at 5. So even though I was pretty busy at home, I don't know about you.
Yeah.
I was busy. My wife had a to-do list and, man, like crazy. But here we are back on the road and make sure I put myself off duty. That's important. Back on the road and we're going to run it for a good minute now. So, all right, let's do this. All right, so we have a routine. If Sergio's going to drop the landing gear, I'm gonna do this over here. Our load that we got to pick up is right next to ours. So anytime you guys are gonna travel on the road, you want to hook them up over here so that way they don't drag, get caught on anything. So in my case, we're just going over here. And anytime the person does this, they gotta pull the handle. Yeah. So, you want to pull it out, Sergio? Sácala ahí. And then when you pull out, we'll hook up to the next one. So that yellow bag is the bill of lading for that load. So I always have my students or pull out a little bit and then drop the airbags. All right, drop the airbags. Remember, when you hear that pop, you want to stop. So anytime he pulls out, go ahead, pull out. When you pull out and you hear that pop, you want to stop. Because if the trailer landing gear fails, as soon as you hear that pop, sometimes it's louder. This one wasn't as loud, but you stop, because if the trailer was to fall, it would fall on the frame or the tires. And at that point, it wouldn't be on the ground. So raise the bags. So that's the whole purpose of us stopping whenever we pull out. And these are the bills. I'll show. Feels good out here, guys. Nice, 60 degrees. No jacket necessary. Light it up, get a little bit more that way. Ahí. Turn the wheel to the right. Yeah. All right, tug it twice. One more. All right. So grab a bag, a plastic bag, and the bills. Hold on. Give me 1 second. All right, so these are the bills. We're gonna wrap them up in the bag. No, long, como sea, just put them in the bag. And then we're gonna tie it over here. Make sure you tie it so in case it rains, it doesn't get wet. Yeah. And then we're gonna tie them up over here. Somewhere here where he can see it before hooking up. Here is up to you. Here. As long as we tie it somewhere where they can see it, just like we can see our bills. Yeah. All right, so whenever they come and pick it up, they'll see their bills here in the bag, just like we see ours over here. So we're gonna take our bills out. Quítelo de ahí, por favor. You want me to get the scissors? Or you got it? Oh, okay, cool. So we're gonna open it, verify the temperature. So the temperature is where? 34 degrees. It's at 34 degrees. All right, so we're good. So confirm that where we're going. is where it says. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. The seal, exactly. Say what? See, yeah, we gotta take the lock off. Fuel, half. So we're gonna verify the seal on this one. 025-402-58. Yep, yep. All right, cool. So now you got your key with you?
I don't.
Oh, see. Ahorita, hold on, let me get it. No, let me go get it. All right, so we're gonna take the lock off the old trailer and put it on the new trailer. And then, like you were saying, just like you were asking me now, no, we don't have to do a live load call on this one, because all we're doing is picking up paperwork and dropping off. That's it. Normally, when you pick it up at the shipper, you will do a live load call. Yeah, not here. The only thing we got to do is the depart receiver after we deliver. So right now what we're gonna do is we're gonna raise the landing gear. We're gonna pull out and inspect it out there, so that way we can check the lights and everything. And then we already know it's half a tank, so we'll take it to these the truck stop that's here nearby and get that reefer credit before we head out. So we'll do that. All right, so I'm waiting for the air pressure to build up because the purple light was on the truck, on the trailer, not the truck, trailer. So that means it's low air pressure. So, as a matter of fact, let me back up just a little bit, get out the way. And then Sergio's doing the drop trailer inspection. If not location 90, you're gonna put the code where we at. The code for the yard. I don't remember. So Sergio's doing the drop trailer inspection, and then he's gonna do the pickup trailer inspection.
It would be the IMGF1.
Yeah. So we're just gonna get out the way, and he's gonna do those, and then we're gonna head over to the 90, to the receiver, and we're gonna park over there around the corner. I know a little spots. If you know me, then you know I got my little spots. All right, cool. Just get out of the way. They got some intermodals dropping over here. So yeah, we're gonna do a drop trailer inspection report, pickup trailer inspection report, which is important to do every time, guys. Remember, if you don't do it and something happens, or if there was a damage already on the trailer and you don't report it, then it could essentially fall back on you. So it's important that you do that. Also, we made sure that it was in the 6 hole. We're in California. We have to be in the 6 hole or under, 1 through 6. We did verify that we're in the 3rd hole. We're good. So yeah, that's it. So he just got done with the picking up the drop trailer inspection and then the pickup trailer inspection. Now, since it's what time right now? 11 a.m.
11 yeah.
Pacific time. 11, 12, 1 Central time. We have to scan this trip before 4 p.m. Central time. So we're going to scan it now before we leave, so it doesn't get any later. You want to scan that?
Yeah.
It's only 2 pages, so it's only the trip sheet and the macro 35s, which was the fuel credit for the trailer we just picked up. Or the one we had, the empty, plus the loaded one that we picked up. So we're going to get those scanned before 4 p.m. Central time, guys. It's important that you scan your trips, obviously, as soon as you get done with the trip, so that way you don't accumulate multiple trips on Wednesday, the day of payroll cutoff, and having to scramble to scan those trips at the last minute, which it can happen. Yes, it's not something you want to be doing though. Don't get into the habit of doing that. And then obviously I got my stuff here that we're gonna put together with that, and he's gonna fill this out. The new one, he's gonna fill it out a little bit later once we get over there. And then I did get the updated permits from the yard. Well, not at the yard. I got on the computer, printed them out. You're able to print them out if you have access to a computer printer. You don't have to wait for them to send them to you. I did get the new EFTA sticker put on. So we're gonna scan these and then we're gonna head on out and make our way down to the receiver, be around the corner, and yeah. It says we can arrive early. We're gonna try to arrive
2 hours early.
What time is it now? Yeah, 11. Yeah, about a couple hours early. It's gonna take at least an hour to get there, so that'll put us at 12. We'll ask if we can check in early. If not, then it is what it is, you know. So, but at least we'll be there and not worried about the clock or traffic or any of that stuff, because we are in California. So yeah, we're good with that. As soon as you, yeah, I got to go. Yeah.
So I left on the that you dropped the
Oh yeah,
at the Fontana yard, right?
Yeah, and on the bottom over here you're gonna put drop at
and put the code.
Put the code, and then you're gonna put the pickup trailer number here as well, and then we're gonna put the new trailer number on this one. The reason I do that, guys, is so I can keep track of the trailers that I get, when I get them, where I get them, where I drop them off. If there's any questions as to, oh, you had trailer 1, 2, 3. No, I didn't. Yeah, you did. No, tell me where I dropped it off at. You hear blah blah blah. Or you had trailer 4, 5, 6. Oh yeah, I had that trailer. What happened? Oh, where did you drop it at? Oh, I dropped it over here. I did a drop trailer inspection. Blah blah blah. You know, anything can happen. Anything can come back and, you know, not in a bad way, but, you know, just verifying information. So.
Okay.
And then you put the new one?
Yeah, pickup trailer 160302.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's fine. So we're good. So this trip is done. This is our new bill of lading, and we'll just put these here for now, and then we're good. So we're good. And then you fill that. We'll fill that out whenever. So, all right, guys. So we just picked up the trailer, so now we're gonna fuel it up so we can get credit for this. Yeah. Reefer, yeah. So if you don't want to get deaf, you just hit skip. So it did work. Your card worked. 160302. You remember it? 8982. Right? Always skip cash advance. It's always good to skip cash advance, guys, because if you do get cash advance, you'll never get a check. Yeah, no on that. That's if we want to get other stuff. Continue on that. You'll never fall into that loop of getting cash advance. You'll be wondering why you never get a check. Oh man, that one doesn't have a big G. Yeah. There we go. So that's how much I'm getting back. All right. So if you, how do I say this? So we just went to In-N-Out. My second time trying In-N-Out. Sergio's first time ever. I said, let's go try it out. I already thought that it was overrated. And I told him, I said, look, this is what I think. But I want you to go try it and tell me what you think.
It was good. You know, it's a good burger, has good taste. Fries were good, but I'm gonna say the same thing. I think it was a little overhyped. It's a regular burger. You know, all the social media videos that you see, I feel like, you know, if you're from here, then yeah, you know, you're gonna overhype it because, you know, it's unique to California. So I was telling him, like, Portillo's for Chicago, you know, we would say the same thing about Portillo's. I feel like same thing. It's overhyped. It's a little overrated, but it's good. Not bad. Good taste. I liked it. You know, I'll eat it again.
Hey, I personally think Steak and Shake is better. My opinion, Steak and Shake. Yeah, but you know, it's like I was telling Sergio, like in Texas, Jack in the Box. That's Jack in the Box. Yeah. I didn't think it was good at all. Another one that I didn't think was good was Whataburger. That's another one that I think is overrated. Again, this is just my opinion. I'm very picky when it comes to food. I figured I'd give Sergio his run on the In-N-Out. You know, we're in Cali. We got to get some In-N-Out, man. You know what I mean?
It's alright, but yeah, it's a little overrated. I feel.
And you say go check out Portillo's?
Yeah, you gotta go check out Portillo's. In my opinion, you know, I
From
feel
Chicago.
like they have. I'm from Chicago, so you know, but they do have a little bit more variety. You know, hot dogs, roast beef. Their desserts are pretty good. The only bad thing I'm gonna say about Portillo's, though, they're always busy. I don't know if it's because it's that good, but it's always packed. If you go, expect to be there at least an hour just to wait for a burger.
Oh my God. Okay.
But, you know, it's everyone's opinion. You know, you might try it, they might not like it. Same thing, you know, but it all depends on the person. But yeah, I think In-N-Out was good. Not you know, something to get crazy about.
All right, well, hey, that's Sergio's opinion on In-N-Out. Don't, you know, if you're from Cali or an In-N-Out fan, don't take it the wrong way. That's just, you know, I already knew what it was about because this is my second time in the almost 12 and a half, almost 13 years I've been here at Prime. My second time ever trying In-N-Out. And, you know, hey, it is what it is, right? In-N-Out. All right, so real quick, guys, something I want to add to the video is one of the things that I usually do, and I teach my students, and I just told Sergio this, anytime you get your next load or whatever during the winter, even summer, you know, hurricanes, tornadoes, winds, whatever, you know, always have a good weather app that you use. Anytime you get a load, if you're going to an area that's got inclement weather, always check ahead. How is the weather going to be the day after tomorrow and 2-3 days later? Because you want to make sure that, for one, the roads aren't going to be shut down. Two, there's not like a blizzard coming in or a hurricane coming in. Like, let's say you got a load going to Miami and there's a hurricane watch. You know, what's the point of getting that load or taking that load because you already know there's a hurricane watch or whatever. Whatever the case may be. Always make sure that you have a good app, guys. I got this app called One Weather. What do you use on your phone?
The Weather Channel.
The Weather Channel's one.
Channel.
Whatever one you use, make sure that you understand it, know how to read it properly, or, you know, make sure you know what you're looking at is what I'm saying. So, always look ahead, plan ahead, pre-plan, trip plan, all that kind of stuff. Because, you don't want to get a load commit to a load where you know you're going to be stuck. Obviously, you know, you can get a load proposed and it said there's a hurricane watch in Miami. It said, hey, look, I'm not going to be able to take it. There's a hurricane watch, blah, blah, blah. If they come back and say something else, you know, take it. Can you take it and bring it to the yard? Or can you take it and drop it here in this yard? You know, whatever. That's a different story. But always be aware of where you're going when your next load and whatnot. So yeah, just wanted to make sure I said that because we were just talking about it and, you know, I wanted to share it with you guys. So there's a lot of stuff that it's hard to record everything that we talk about. I try to record as much as I can, but it's a lot that we talk about behind the camera or off camera and stuff, and that it's, you know, I wish I had a camera with me all the time, but I don't. All right, guys, make sure you look at that Weather Channel app or whatever weather app you guys have. Every truck at Prime has this folder with your truck number on it, and this is the permits. So, where's the permits? So I got the updated permits here, and you want to go through this and update it. You always want to have a driver log here, and you always want to have your truck annual DOT in here. I got my medical in here and stuff, so long form medical. So right here, so the first one we want to update will be the cab card, and we're going to go through this and update each one of the ones that I have here, because I got like 6 or 7. So the cab card, you know, just hold it up.
This is the old one. Yeah.
This is the old one, yeah. And it says when it expires on there. Cab card is the registration to the vehicle.
Are these yearly?
Yearly, yes. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then the motor carrier services, this one. Motor carrier services, I know I got that one right here. Effective 1/1/24. Same thing. Fold it up. And just make sure you have the date. Fold it to where you can see the date. You see how this one is? Yeah, just enough to where you can see it. So take the old one out. Put the new one. And every year, as we go along, we go through the year, insurance. I want to update that one. I know I got that one, which is... Wait. Oh yeah, right here. So every year, anytime Prime updates a permit, they're gonna send a message and they'll tell you what permit it is. And if you can swing through the terminal, you can pick it up at the terminal. If not, you can print it out anytime. You access it at myprimeinc.com. Access the page, and you can print it at home or whatever. Anytime you have access to a printer. So yeah. If you do it at a truck stop, they're gonna charge your arm and leg.
Yeah.
Like $3 for a page, man.
Wow.
Yeah. Sometimes you need to do it. Like you need to get a fax, something faxed over. You'll pay them $3, man. I'm telling. Let's see. So these are the alcohol permits, and then it'll say over here alcohol. There's gonna be a tab. It's called alcohol, like that. So we're gonna go into here, and then we got the Kentucky, Massachusetts, West Virginia. So let's see, these are different. So we go. We said, oh, this is one. West Virginia. You take it out. Oh man, this one doesn't have a whole thing. We will make holes. Just like that. Let's see, West Virginia, I think. Oh, this is West Virginia. And then Kentucky and Mass, right?
That's Massachusetts.
This is Massachusetts, right?
Commonwealth of Massachusetts.
Expires December 31st. So we're gonna go in here, and I always like to do one at a time. So if I take a permit out, put the new one in. I don't like to put new ones and then not take out the old ones. I always like to make sure that whatever one I take out, I put back in. So, aquí estaba Kentucky. Expires 12/31/23. The new Kentucky. And again, every time that a permit expires, Prime will send a message letting you know which one expired, and that you can print it out online. So, and then these are, what is this? A Canadian permit, and this is Department of Revenue registration. What is this? Oh, this is this one right here.
Connecticut?
No, this is the Department of Revenue Services, business, whatever. But it doesn't. I thought it. I don't know why I printed this one out, or maybe it did. It printed it out on its own, but it doesn't look like it expired. But this is a Canadian permit, so we go over here to the Canadian permits, and it said, I think it said Ontario. So we look for Ontario, which I think this is it right here. All right. So, yeah. So yeah, guys. Again, this is important that you keep up with it. Anytime you get pulled into the scale, you want to come in with your permit book, your bill of lading, and they will, at that point, ask you. They want to see whatever documents. Then you show them the documents. So anytime you go into the scale, remember, you want to go in with your permit book and your bill of lading and your CDL, and you're supposed to have that medical card on with you at the wallet. So sometimes they'll go through the permit book, sometimes they won't. You know, it all depends on the. Sometimes they'll just ask you where you're going, where did you pick up, what are you hauling, and pretty much it. Just verify your information, verify the company's insurance. So your IFTA, camp card, whatever. Make sure you're good and you don't have any warrants or whatever. I don't know. I'm just saying, but yeah, it's important. And I always keep this on the side of the truck, on the driver's side door, so it's always accessible to me whenever I get pulled over, whenever I do get pulled into the scale, whatever, you know what I mean. So yeah, permits. Bitch, I wanna party like Chris Farley.